A few days ago, I had an opportunity to see some videos of young Palestinians talking about suicide bombings as an entry to heaven and as an entry to paradise. At least I found these videos to be absolutely shocking.
الشهادة كتير شيء جميل جدا جدا. كل الناس بتتمنى الشهادة. أيوة. لأنه يعني إيش في أحلى من إنك تروحي على الجنة.
طب مين أفضل، السلام مع وجود حقوق كاملة للشعب الفلسطيني ولا الشهادة؟
الشهادة. أنا أخذ حقي بعدين أستشهد.
This hearing has been scheduled as promptly as we could because of our views that these films ought to be known by the people of the United States. We're going to start with Mr. Itamar Marcus, who's the director of the Palestinian Media Watch.
One of the challenges, I think, facing any funding of the Palestinian Authority is that not only do the Palestinians use television, as we've seen, the Palestinians use the full range of social structures and cultural structures within Palestinian society in order to promote these values. So, for example, this summer, there was a whole summer camp infrastructure, was one that was focused as well on the suicide terrorists. Palestinian Authority has been giving active promotion to suicide bombings. When teenage children participate in a summer camp named after Ayat al-Akhras, a 17-year-old girl who was a suicide bomber, there is no greater promotion and no greater role modeling. This is not true that these children are frustrated and that's why they're blowing themselves up. They are blowing themselves up because they want to aspire to the afterlife. 11-year-olds are talking about, we don't care about this life, we only care about the afterlife. Just 4 days after the first suicide, Iraqi terrorist killed 4 U.S. Marines. The PA renamed a square in Jenin after that suicide terrorist. So this role modeling and turning the terrorists into heroes is directed not just at Israelis, but at Americans as well.
The characterization at the end about child abusers is a vast understatement. They're civilization abusers. The children are their means to destroy civilization.
With the testimony and the documentary evidence concerning the glorification of suicide killers and the incitement of young people to aspire to that position and the martyrdom that it may, in their minds, offer them, that's very hard for any of us who believe there has to be some resolution of the ongoing dispute to understand. Will the Palestinian Authority direct the PATV to remove any reference to martyrdom, Shahada, and the glorification of suicide bombers from the television?
I understand that you want to focus on this issue, but I personally, honestly, cannot separate this from the wider context.
On this issue, I do not understand why the Palestinian Authority cannot separate out. I'm talking about the affirmative support that the Palestinian Authority is giving in rhetoric and in propaganda and through the media to this phenomenon of suicide bombing. It seems to me that there is a very big difference from people arming themselves and having young people strap bombs on themselves, going forth, killing themselves, killing other innocent people, and then being glorified.
The video clips that we've just seen do indeed cultivate a climate of alienation, hostility, incitement, what has been termed a culture of death.
Well, to see this kind of perversion of media targeted at children, knowing the powerful impact that media has on children, it's an abomination to see this thing firsthand. Frankly, sir, your hearing here today will cause us to look at all these issues more sharply in the future, and we will look at that.